Hey y'all, good morning. Anne Marie the Forager Chick here. I'm coming out before it gets too hot because today it's going to be like over 100. So I figured I'd come out and pick a few things, go in search of more wild cherries, pick my blueberries and maybe some more blackberries. And I was just taking a walk and I just noticed my lavender here. Let me turn this around. So here on the lavender bush, I noticed all the bees. I haven't seen any bees in my garden, but they're all out here. So that's good to know because I don't know what's going on out in my garden. The bees just don't want to pollinate anything. So I think later on, when the bees are done, I'll pick some of this lavender and bring it in the house. And there's some St. John's wort in there too. Just peeking out. This is an area of my flower bed that I don't pay attention to. I like this kind of stuff because it grows all by itself. I have here also some rosemary. And then in the back, there's one butterfly plant. Well, the butterflies love it. Milkweed. That's what I meant to say. I don't know where the rest of them went, but hopefully they'll come back. Oh, it's a gorgeous day. There's Levi. Hi, buddy. So pretty out here. Peaceful. Gorgeous out. So yeah, I'm going to head around the house right now. Go see if we can find any more blueberries, blackberries, and wild cherries. And I also wanted to have a little chat with you. I don't usually do this type of video, but I thought maybe some of y'all would want to just have a chat, and I would love for you guys to add in your comments below when we're done chatting. And by the way, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please do so by just hitting the subscribe button right down there, and we would love to have you. But, you know, many of you know there's a lot of issues with our food system. If you don't know, maybe you're living under a rock, not to be harsh or anything, but there's been so many issues with people's gardens, with food plants, baby formula and stuff like that. Shortages, of course, in the store, expensive stuff in the store. You know, if you haven't noticed that, they're shrinking our food and using the same prices to make it seem like all is okay. But go take a look. I don't know if you do that kind of stuff, but I do. I mean, remember in the day, we used to have like half a gallon of ice cream? Well, that doesn't exist anymore. It's like 1.5 quarts. Or mayonnaise. Mayonnaise used to be a quart. Then it went down to 30 ounces. Now I think it's right at 28 or 27 ounces. It's kind of crazy. So I do notice those things because I'm very frugal like that. You know, I try to buy in bulk. I buy what's on sale. Buy one, get one free. I try to stock up on that because, you know, I don't want to pay $5 for a jar of mayonnaise. Though I don't even eat mayonnaise that much anymore. But $5 is a lot of money for mayonnaise, especially me, the way I used to eat mayonnaise. I'd be done with that in like 3 weeks. I know that's crazy, crazy, crazy. So when things like that are on sale and I could get buy one, get one free and add a coupon on top of that, it makes me happy because then I could get stuff for $1.50 or $2 and I feel a whole lot better. So I don't know if any of y'all do couponing still, but nowadays we got to do a lot more couponing, a lot more buy one, get one free, a lot more bartering. I love to barter. Who likes to barter out there? I just love doing that. So recently I traded some classes for some vegetables. I've traded classes for video work, training. I've traded breads for meat, breads for vegetables. Let's see what else. Medicinals for classes with other people. Produce, just you name it. Bartering is definitely the way to go because you can save so much money. So I'm going to be out here and just pick some blueberries. Let me show you my one good blueberry bush. So here's my one super productive blueberry bush. I had a few. Here's another one. One died that was down there. 2 more growing. There's an itty bitty one. But this one, hey Lily. I got the dog here. The cat. Colby cat. He's going exploring. But this one's nice. So I've been picking ahead of the birds. So far so good. We've been getting a decent amount on it. I need to put more blueberry bushes in. With this one though, I dug really deep and added some extra amendments to the soil and made it nice and wide, the hole, before putting in the plant. And I think this plant is 2 years old. I want to say it's 2 years old. And then a few others that I had out there. This is one of them. And then especially that one. That one's like a 6 or 7 year old blueberry plant. Look at it. It's so pitiful. I didn't dig very well. We have all that hard clay here. I didn't amend the soil or anything. So it's kind of wimpy. And then the ones that used to be over here, they died. I have some new raspberry plants in there. So I'm hoping that those produce and make some good raspberries. Otherwise, I have a piddly little raspberry plant here among the poison ivy and Virginia creeper. And there's some right there. Oh, there's some berries. If I can pick those, and if they're not touching the poison ivy, I'll pick them. Who loves blueberries? I know I do. They're like some of my favorite things to pick, to eat. And I just like them fresh, right off the tree, bush, whatever you want to call it. And I put them up. My dog likes them too. Blueberries. So, back to food. I hope that you guys have had some plants, vegetables, fruit trees, something growing that you can have your own food security. Or if you raise animals, I don't yet raise any animals for food. I did that one time. Might do it again. But you know me, most of you that are on here that have been here for a while, I like to forage for my food. Of course, we eat regular food too. I'm not saying that's all I do, but I do have a saying every day. And I go out and I see whether I'm picking from my garden or picking from the wild, especially picking from the wild. After I'm done picking, I'm like, can I eat today? And that's always a goal, because what if you're lost in the woods, or, you know, on Naked and Afraid? I love that show. Or, you know, just something happened, power went out, you lost food in the freezer, you needed to go out and get some food. Yeah, if you can hunt, great, that's great. If you can hunt, that's awesome, but can you process the food too? I could hunt if I had to for my husband, but I would have no clue whatsoever to process that animal once I got it. So I go out and I just see with the mushrooms, can I find enough mushrooms? Can I find enough fruit, greens? Can I make something of it? And we do have our chickens, so we have some eggs, although our chickens, we only have a couple right now, and we have a few babies, so waiting for those babies to produce their eggs, which should be in the next 2 months maybe. So I'm excited about that, to get like 6 eggs a day instead of 1. So, but I don't know if y'all do that. I really enjoy seeing what I can find out in the wild, and if it's something that, you know, I can make a meal out of for me and for someone else, and what I can make out of it. So that's always a challenge and fun, and I love to take on that challenge every day. So for you guys, I do want to challenge you. I want you to go out and look at your surroundings, and not just in your backyard, but maybe some parks nearby that aren't sprayed with chemicals, or some friends' farms, and just go take a walk out there. Ask your friends if you can walk their property and walk the creeks and the pastures and just see what's out there. And for those of you that have been learning with me, I know that you have a little extra arrows in your quiver because you know what to look for. And if you don't know what to look for, you know, you can just send me a little message on here, comment, and I can help you out. And on my channel, you could see that there are different things that I teach you on how to find things in the wild, how to cook them and prepare them, how to make medicine from it. And I'm going to try to do a lot more of that on this channel because I know this is a needed skill for y'all. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick my blueberries, and then I'm going to go over to the cherry tree and see if there's any cherries on there. If there are, I'll show you, and I'll show you what I've been making with that. Here, I got my blueberries picked. It wasn't a whole lot, but, you know, that's a pretty good amount. That's a good amount for breakfast. Look, there's a couple of raspberries in there. For breakfast, for making some muffins. I think maybe I will make some blueberry muffins. I'm going to go out and check on the mushroom logs. I know there's nothing growing right now because it's like hot as fire out here. You know, we haven't had any rain since, I have no idea when it was the last time that it rained. So, out here with my doggy. Got my coffee in my Four Sigmatic cup, which I love this cup. And I have my Four Sigmatic functional creamer in there too. So if you guys want any information about Four Sigmatic, drop me a comment. I'm going to leave a link in the description as well. I love the functional creamer, especially the one with the probiotics. But today I'm trying the one with ashwagandha and MCT oil. So yum, love that with the coffee. So here we are in the mushroom garden. Let me show you this. Out here in the mushroom forest. I'm going to water these poor little shiitake logs. Even have something growing on there that is not a shiitake. I have no idea what that mushroom is. Let's go see it. That is not a shiitake mushroom. I have no idea. Get rid of that. So, here's some logs that should be fruiting soon. These are logs we did this year. And we're getting ready to do a whole mess of logs. There's some more. These were done from, let's see. These were done about 1.5 years, 2 years ago. Some of them just fruited. There's 2 top hickory. I don't really recommend hickory for shiitake logs. It took 1.5 years, almost 2 years for them to fruit. So it's a very hardwood. We like hardwoods, but I prefer to use the oak or the sweet gum. There's some more over there. Hopefully they'll start doing something. If we ever get some rain, it's just too hot right now. 100 degrees is too hot for shiitakes. So we have a whole mess of logs here that we're about to inoculate in about a week. These were cut up 2 weeks ago. The tree started to fall about 2 months ago, and then it was still attached to that trunk until last month, and it finally fell. And it fell exactly where I had hoped for. I prayed about this. I did not want it to take out everything. So we're going to inoculate that entire length of that red oak. We still got to get rid of this one right here. But we're going to inoculate that. I haven't decided. I think it's going to be inoculated with oysters. But all of these are going to become shiitake, so I'm really excited about that. Oh, there's one of the Oregon grapefruit plants. And Oregon grapefruit, it looks like a holly. So here you go. We'll give you a little bit of identification right now. This one, if you can tell on the leaves, they're opposite each other. They're perfectly symmetrical. And this is an Oregon grapefruit, which is used, the root is used for as an antibiotic. It's kind of similar to golden seal, but Oregon grapefruit is invasive. You can grow it very easily. If I could grow it, you could grow it. And why use golden seal when golden seal is hard to get? So we have that one growing here. I'm not going to pick that. That's the only one I have right now. I'm waiting for it to spread, and then I'll have more. Like I said, no mushies, no chanterelles right now, which I'm quite sad. So these were just soaked in my tub over here. These were soaked about a week or 2 ago. So the happy little mushroom forest. We got to clean up some mess here so we can make room for more mushroom beds. And work. There's always work. But again, back to food security, grow mushrooms. You can have mushrooms. Once you inoculate these logs, you have mushrooms for up to about 5 years. Sometimes a little longer, 5 years. So I need to get better at inoculating several times a year instead of once a year so that I have a variety. But right now I'm trying to do the warm, hot variety, which fruit when it's like this hot. The average of them fruit between 55 and 75 degrees. And then there's a cold strain as well, although, yeah, in Atlanta it doesn't get too cold. But we're going to also try some wine cap mushrooms, which are King Stropharia, and of course oysters. So yeah, if you guys can grow some mushrooms, inoculate some logs, grow them in buckets, any old way, you'll have some food that way, and that's protein. And to me, you know, y'all know I don't eat meat, so mushrooms and fish. Now, the perfect scenario here would be for me to have a pond, and then I could fish for my own fish as well. That would be awesome. So I am by no means an expert grower of mushrooms or vegetables. I do my best, and I grow enough for me, for John, and to sell some at the market. But most of the time I just dry them. So yeah, I'm going to get to watering these shiitake logs. I'm over here at one of the wild cherry trees, black cherry choke tree, whatever it is. But if you could see here, see those black cherries? That's what I'm going to go ahead and collect. And what I like to make, and I have done a short video of this, I think it's on Instagram, but what I like to make is a cherry vinegar shrub. And you take equal parts of the cherries, sugar, and white wine vinegar, not distilled vinegar, white wine vinegar, and you put them in a small pot, bring them to a boil, reduce to a simmer, and let it simmer like, I don't know, 15-20 minutes or so. Smush the cherries slightly. Don't crush the pits because the pits contain toxins, cyanide, or I already forgot the other one. I hate when that happens, when you forget something, it'll come around. Anyway, smush them slightly. It'll get a little bit thick in there. Let it cool for a few minutes, strain it, and then put them into a jar, glass jar, let it cool completely, and then store it in a refrigerator up to a year. So just make sure you don't see any mold on top as you're going through the year. But mine usually lasts about a year with all that sugar and vinegar. Then, how do you use it? Well, you can add it to cocktails, add it to sparkling water. You can use it as a salad dressing. That's my favorite way. I use equal parts of the cherry vinegar shrub with olive oil, salt, pepper, sometimes a little bit of garlic, and pour it over my salad, and it's delicious. So I'm going to go ahead and pick some of these cherries, bring them in. I already have one shrub made. I'm going to make another jar, and I hope y'all have a beautiful day today. Bye.